a police car behind me, put the lights on, so I stepped on the side, right, to let him pass through, but it didn't happen. So he just parked in front of my car, the other one parked behind me, and they just got out of the car with the guns in the hands and say, turn off the car, give me the keys, open the window. And at this point, they didn't ask me for any ID. I was telling the officer if I can give him the ID, but he said that just keep my hands up, not moving. After that, he told me to get out of the car, and then he put the handcuffs on me. And then he went to me and said, how did I get into this country? And if I was waiting for court or if I have any case. And he looked at his other partner like, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? At this point, I was with handcuffs sitting on the sidewalk. And then he took my ID and saw that it was a real ID. The other guy said, take the handcuffs off, take the handcuffs off. I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the things, be pointless, like just go against criminals, not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals.
Hey fam, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you my people are watching this from, you're doing all right, and we appreciate all of you that keep supporting. And of course to my members, thank you so very much for supporting exclusively as well. And as always, we're back with another interesting episode. Just like you've seen in the teaser, yes, this is instant karma to this Hispanic man that thought he was convinced by this scout that he is the special one, he is the good one, and everybody else can be taken out, but not him. And he was forgetting that for them to get to the bad ones, they have to go through the good ones too. Yeah, until when ICE ambushed him and they wanted to deport him, and now he's having second thoughts and he's second guessing why he even voted for Trump. We cannot make these things up. We have to watch this story, the responses that people had to give on this one. We'll come back and talk about it, but do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're landing on here for your very first time.
The man we spoke with is a U.S. citizen. He provided us with documentation of his legal status. He says this experience has shaken his faith in the immigration enforcement efforts of President Donald Trump, for whom he voted, he says. This is what Yenzi Machado managed to record on his phone Wednesday. He says while he was driving to work with two other men, he was stopped by ICE agents on Lamont Drive in Manassas, a short distance from his home. He says he was confused by what was happening, why agents surrounded the pickup truck. He spoke with our sister station, Telemundo 44 reporter Rosbelis Quinones, who was the first to report his story.
And they just got out of the car with the guns in the hands and say, turn off the car, give me the keys, open the window. And, everything was really fast.
Machado says the agents said the name of a man they were seeking for a deportation order, someone who had given Machado's home address. He said that was not his name, and he did not know anyone by that name. He offered to show them this, his real ID compliant Virginia driver's license. It has a star in the upper right corner and requires proof of lawful status.
They didn't ask me for any ID. I was telling the officer if I can give him the ID, but he said that just keep my hands up, not moving. And then after that, he told me to get out of the car, and then he put the handcuffs on me. And then he went to me and said, how did I get into this country? And if I was waiting for court or if I have any case. And I told him I was an American citizen. And he looked at his other partner like, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? Because he asked the other guy, do you believe him?
Machado said he was uncuffed and immediately released after showing his driver's license. The two men with him were taken into custody. He does not know why. The incident has caused him to reflect.
Because, like I say, I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the things, be pointless, like just go against criminals, not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals.
So, do you think that's what they're doing now?
That's what they're doing now. They're just following Hispanic people looking like.
Immigration lawyers suggest that residents and citizens carry ID with them at all times. In Manassas, Jackie Benson, News 4.
Hispanic, naturalized citizen Jency Machado is upset and surprised that he was racially profiled by ICE.
And they just got out of the car with the guns in the hands and say, turn off the car, give me the keys, open the window. And, everything was really fast.
Machado says the agents said the name of a man they were seeking for a deportation order, someone who had given Machado's home address. He said that was not his name, and he did not know anyone by that name.
They didn't ask me for any ID. I was telling the officer if I can give him the ID, but he said that just keep my hands up, not moving. And then after that, he told me to get out of the car, and then he put the handcuffs on me. And then he went to me and said, how did I get into this country? And if I was waiting for court or if I have any case. And I told him I was an American citizen. And he looked at his other partner like, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? Because he asked the other guy, do you believe him?
Machado said he was uncuffed and immediately released after showing his driver's license. The two men with him were taken into custody. He does not know why. The incident has caused him to reflect.
Because, like I say, I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the things, like be pointless, like just go against criminals, not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals,
So, do you think that's what they're doing now?
That's what they're doing now. They're just following Hispanic people looking like.
Duh! At this point, the Leopards Eating Faces party is on Ozempic. More self-hating sellout Latinos with the audacity to get on here with their broken English and getting exactly what they voted for after voting for dump. I'm here for it. You voted for dump because you have your papers and you thought you were better than other people within your own community, and you were perfectly fine with people in your own community suffering under dump as long as you thought that it didn't affect you. I'm loving that you're getting the reality check of exactly what you voted for.
Have any of you guys heard of the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act? And if you have, you know exactly where I'm going with this. You see, this has been done before. And this is one of the reasons why they do not want Black history taught in schools, like for real Black history. Because, again, this has been done before. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 had basically made it legal for the South to basically go get what they thought of as enslaved Africans out of the North and bring them back to the South, if they escaped from slavery. It also made it a crime for free people, free white folks, to aid and abet runaway enslaved Africans. Now, with the Fugitive Slave Act, habeas corpus was suspended. Therefore, the enslaved African or the suspected enslaved African who was found in the North was denied a trial, jury, and he, couldn't even testify for himself. So many of these suspected enslaved Africans were ran through a kangaroo court, and a lot of them were convicted, if you will, basically sent to slavery. So basically the federal government was trading in African bodies. Free people, free Black people in the North were delivered to the South to be slaves. Why do I mention this? Because the same thing is going on with the Latino community in spirit. Not the, exact same thing, but in spirit, the same thing is going on. We have criminalized and demonized Latino people. And because of that, every Latino, everyone who appears Latino, including Native Americans, are suspect. And if you don't have your papers, you're going to Guantanamo Bay. This is the way the government sees it. Or you're going to some other detention center if they can't find a country of origin for you. And again, we try to warn you about that. The black people who actually came out to vote, the black people who were politically minded and pay attention to these things, we tried to warn you about that. None of you are safe. I don't care how long you've been in this country. I don't care what kind of green card you got. I don't care whatever, how much money you got, what kind of businesses you own, whatever. They do not want to see you in this country. And they will pick on all of you the same way they picked on all of us, after the passing of the Fugitive Slave Act, the same way they picked on all of us during the war on drugs, all of that. Y'all need to understand that nothing that you would do is going to make you a part of their club. You're different. You're too different for them. Nothing you're going to do is going to make you a part of the club. So you have to protect your own community.
I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the thing.
I wish people would admit that they would have rather taken their chances with a criminal than let a woman be in power, because that's what that was. Everything was about, are we going to have our first female president, or are we going to go down this road again? And we legit chose a felon.
A police car behind me put the lights on, so I stepped on the side, right, to let him pass.
My guy, what the fuck do you think was gonna happen? I don't know how many of you are gonna put yourselves in this situation until you understand they don't fucking care about you. They never have, never will. You were just a fucking number. You're just a fucking vote. They can give two shits what you've done, what you do, or what you're gonna do for this country.
One of my neighbors got picked up by ICE today. A Trump supporter, a Hispanic Trump supporter, got detained by ICE and was released, as he is a U.S. citizen and was able to provide documentation accordingly. However, this is causing him to question his loyalty and support for President Trump because, as he said, he didn't think these ICE raids would target people like him. I'm hearing that he didn't think the leopards would eat his face. And now that they are eating his face, he has some regrets. Let me know in the comments what you think about my neighbor and his emotional struggle to figure out where his support is now that he's been personally affected.
Guy is Hispanic and he is a Trumper, and he is just realizing that MAGA policies are a thin veil for their racism. MAGA is a cult of white male grievance, and so what will happen is that eventually everyone in the MAGA cult will experience the hatred, the bigotry, the authoritarianism. It will impact them and those they love. Especially women. I think a lot of white women think that this isn't going to impact them because they're the good ones, right? And in the end, it is a party of white male grievance, and these are men who have felt the loss of their privilege, and they want it back. So yeah, if you are a Trump supporter and you are not a white male, you will experience this backlash sooner rather than later. And even if you are a white male, you will experience some of that authoritarianism yourself. You will experience a loss of freedom. You will experience the police state. Yeah, if you don't toe the line perfectly, you are going to feel the anxiety of that.
There's a time I landed on a clip on TikTok where someone was explaining the characteristics of a cult. And this person was saying a cult will make you feel special, that you are actually the special one, everybody else is not the chosen one. And one of the reasons that everybody gives why they voted, especially in this community, why they voted for Donald Trump is because they think he's going to make things better, and that all the people that he is deported, that he's deporting are the bad ones and they are criminals. But then they forget that most of the sentiments that he holds against the bad ones are the same sentiments that he holds against all or the entire community. And we've all seen how they want to, assimilate and make themselves close to whiteness as if they are white, but then they are forgetting that palm-colored people hate them because they are producing a lot and they see a possibility of actually Hispanics replacing them, and they don't like that. Palm-colored people have been very much vocal on this, and they are saying Hispanics are producing a lot and our numbers are actually decreasing, and they are afraid that they are about to become minorities. So I don't know why some of these people do not get it, that this is not about deporting the bad ones. This is about, preserving the palm-colored population, right? And I don't know also why they don't get it, that if he's going to get the bad ones, how are you going to be able to spot the bad ones without going through the entire group? You see how Black people have been going through this for a decade, that they literally profile someone for fitting the description, right? I am sure that a lot of them have seen that, and a lot of you that watch this channel have seen that, where they will just land on any Black person from anywhere and they will just ambush them, put him on cuffs, sometimes even lose their lives, sometimes even get injuries, right? But they are the wrong victims, or they are the wrong person that they've been looking for. But their explanation is always, you fit the description. And to these people, this is exactly what is going to be happening to all other Hispanics. You will fit the description of someone that doesn't look like you are supposed to be in this country. And like they did to him, the first thing that is going to come out of their mouth is not asking for your documentation, because you're not dealing with people that are reasonable, that are trying to really clean the country the right way. Rather, you are dealing people with hate in their heart for your kind. And when hate is the motive that is driving everybody to do whatever they are doing, it will blind them from doing things the right way, right? So do not expect them to handle you in a civilized manner and be like, yeah, they are not going to do that. You fit the description, you fit to be under cuffs, you fit to be deported. A lot of them have actually been deported back to countries where they do not even come from. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's the craziest thing. And a lot of them also that are in the country legally, they even have documentations. Yeah, the moment you don't have the credentials right there with you, at the moment they have gotten you, yes, you fit to be deported. And for the most part, they deport them until when, further investigation is made. And then these people realize, yeah, this person was actually here legally. But also the thing is, what happens to the officers that do these things, right? Because you are wrongly arresting someone that is in this country legally. I think that should give you a picture that if they are not going to face any consequence, the government is in support for your harassment. The government is in support for the trauma that is supposed to be caused on you. Unfortunately, yeah, they are 100% backing this. So while you were thinking you're the good one, this is not going to get to you, Whatever you wished for others, unfortunately, is coming for you. We have a saying over here, what you wished to take your stepmother, that's the interpretation, that what you wished to take your stepmother, in fact, comes for your biological mother, which teaches you not to wish others bad. Because to be honest, that is exactly what is happening in this community. The unity they are saying is not there. It's their own people that are actually calling, ICE on them. The calls are coming out of the house, right? And what they never wanted to happen to them, because they think they are the special ones, they are the good ones, karma is paying them. And now they are traumatized. I can only imagine how much trauma people have to go through during this. But the trauma that they called on themselves. I hope that this community learns that the people that you want to be so bad, you will never be like them. They will never be like you, and they will never like you. Of course, there are those that are okay with you. But trust me, majority of them see the work that you are doing. It's not that you're not hardworking. No, you are hardworking. They see that. But they just don't want you. They don't like you. Period. It's not because you are criminals. They just don't like you. Right? And they see you producing a lot. They don't want to be outnumbered. Because they are fearing that whatever they've been doing to minorities will once be done to them once their numbers go down. So don't play and joke around with people that have been committing atrocities from the beginning of time. That's in their DNA. Of course, some of them. Anywho, what do my people think? Put your thoughts in the comment section and please subscribe to the channel if you have not. And I will definitely see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Chrissy and I love you. Bye.